Hi everyone, this is Radul Live, and today we are at Korir grounds where we are going to talk about Frisbee as a sport. Yes, believe it or not. And joining me today is Jepkorir.
Yeah.
She is a Frisbee player, and Benny Septer. You sit on the National Federation.
Yes.
First of all, what's the federation called? I didn't even know Frisbee was a sport.
Our national federation is called Kenya Flying Disc Federation, or KFDF in short. We are governed by World Flying Disc Federation, that is WIFDIF.
Something like that. And you're the
Yes.
president of the Nairobi League.
Yes, I'm the president of the Nairobi League.
When it says flying disc, apart
Yes.
from Frisbee, how many
Yes.
flying disc sports do we have? I mean, it's just Frisbee.
I think it's only Frisbee.
Yeah?
Yeah.
When did Frisbee become a sport? Because me, as far as I know, I used to play with these Frisbees as a child. I didn't know it was actually a sport. So when did it become a sport?
Actually, Frisbee started way back in the US around 1950s. But in Africa, it took time before it officially became a sport. In Kenya, it started in 2010, to be specific. But it was more of a fun game rather than competitive sport. But competitiveness started around 2017 when the first club in Kenya, that is the BFU or Blackfish Ultimate in Kisumu, attended a tournament in a World Guts tournament. I think it was in Australia, if I'm not wrong. And since then, they brought back the competitiveness back into the country, and that's how several clubs have come up, several sports intentions and schools are coming up to take up.
And now it's a recognized sport.
Yes.
By the way, we are on a flight path to Wilson Airport. We're here at Korir. So if you hear a plane up there, don't get shocked. As long as you can hear us. Mercy, mercy, mercy. Of all sports in the world, how did you decide I'm going to play Frisbee?
Frisbee is a fun game. Frisbee, if you see from the players, you get to interact with people, you are fun, you keep fit. So for me, I saw something that after work, I can do something, I can keep myself fit, and that's why I joined Frisbee.
Sweetheart, there's so many sports. There's football, there's rugby, there's athletics, there are racket games. If you want interaction with people, how did you realize I can throw? Because I imagine there's an art to throwing the Frisbee.
Yeah.
You don't just...
Any sport starts with passion. You can do rugby if you have passion, you can do football. But the moment Frisbee was introduced in Korir, I just found that I have passion for this game. The throws, the runs, and I said, why not? This is my game, and I joined it.
What is Korir's role in Frisbee? Because yes, we're at the Korir grounds, you're all wearing Korir. Is it a club, or how are they supporting the national Frisbee, the Kenya Flying Frisbee?
Kenya Flying Disc
Federation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Korir is one of our, we call it like it's our mother, it's our, how do you call these sponsors who come on board to help sports? So actually the Blackfish Ultimate is oriented with Korir from in CDC Kisumu. So when they came here, we were interested and we approached the institute, we want to try this, and they were like, we shall support you because we are a research institution, we want to do research in sports and everything. Why not? It's part of our mandate.
Let's start something new.
Yeah.
First of all, Mercy, tell me about the rules of the game. How is Frisbee played?
So first of all, Frisbee is a non-contact game and it has no referee. So
There's
the rule,
no referee?
no referee,
Yeah.
and it's a non-contact game. If you see the players, make sure that you really avoid coming in contact with the opponent or the offense. We have the defense and the offense, so you really avoid as the person who has the disc, you really avoid coming in contact, because the moment you come in contact with the other player, that is what we call a foul. A foul, what we call it makes a turn. You see, the play goes. You maybe interrupt the other player from catching the disc, and that is a turn. The disc turns and goes to the opposite player. So those are the basic. No referee, no contact.
What's the aim of the game in terms of when they were starting? I saw 4 people standing on this side, 4 people standing on that side. It's played with 8 people.
The game is 7 aside. Both gender.
So 7-7.
7 aside. 7-7. Yeah. So one team is the offense, which throws the disc. The other the team that throws is the defense. So you make a throw and go and defend the disc that you have thrown.
And where's the goal?
Well,
Kuna goal.
we have a goal post. The field is almost the distance of almost like a full football pitch, but slightly narrower. So at the end of the field, we have almost 18 meters from the end of the field. We call it an end zone. So that is the goal post. So catching a disc inside that zone is a
score.
So you defend so that the disc is not caught in your end zone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But can you run when you're holding the disc, or you have to?
No.
It's like netball. You
I'm saying
cannot move.
Throw,
yes.
And then crossing the line is like NFL, the thing Americans call football.
Yeah.
Just cross the line and
Yes.
Rectal.
It's a
It's
sport.
a goal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then I'm seeing like 100 spots, you know.
In one.
So what does your training session look like? What you have to go to the gym for your arms.
Well, training session, actually, as we were talking earlier, we need sprints because we really need fast runners. And then we need, how do you call them? Can I call it a fake or something like that? Because you need to
The cutters.
leave your defender, leave your defender,
Like
go
poker.
for the,
Yes.
something like that.
So you
And
just
you need
defend.
some good catches. We call now the basics of the disc. A good catch of the disc and how to release it. And we have two basic throws. We have a forehand or a flick, stand this way,
But they
or
have
a
to do it.
backhand. This way, this is a backhand.
So
Yeah.
there's like tennis as well.
Yes.
There's
There are several other throws. You have scubas, you have whatever, but those are the basics that we need. A flick and a backhand at least.
tell me, Benny,
Yes.
what is the structure of Frisbee here in Kenya in terms of the clubs, the leagues? How does it operate
Well,
administratively?
administratively, we are led by the KFDF, of course. From there now we come to where they hold their own tournaments under KFDF, but we still have the leagues that help teams grow from different regions. For example, we have two leagues in Kenya running. That is the Nairobi League and the Western League. Mostly because of the challenge of transportation and funds. So we decided to separate two so that the Western can really make the sport grow in the Western region, and Nairobi League to concentrate in the Central region and Nairobi in general. So currently we have in Nairobi we have 9 teams, 7 participating in the league and 2 that are upcoming. We have out of those 9 we have 4 clubs and 3 universities because we are trying to incorporate them so that we can also
Continue
spread
growing.
the sport around. So we are almost actually at the
I've been targeted! Foul! That's a foul!
That's a foul.
Can I give them a fine?
Sure, they should teach you the sport for that.
Red card.
So actually Nairobi are almost towards the end of the league. We are finishing the league this weekend.
The league runs for how many months?
We run for 6 good months. And then from there we concentrate on tournaments with the KFDF or other institutions that come in.
And we'll talk about your tournaments. I hear there's one coming up. We'll talk about that in the second half.
Yes.
I understand that Frisbee has been introduced in schools.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm really happy actually with the sports, with the education and sports ministry, because they have been incorporated into it's not called CBC.
CBC,
Yes. At grade 4 and 5, I think, if I'm not wrong. And that is really a stepping stone for us to make sure that now kila mtu anajua hii game. Because previously, as you said, ilikuwa ile mchezo ya kurusha kwa ndoo ya watoto tu. But now it's a sport that is competitive, and we are really happy now that schools are coming in. We are targeting now to get it into high schools. So if we have a basic from primary, when it goes to the secondary school, it will be much easier.
You develop it.
Yes.
You develop the skills.
Yes. So currently, we are working actually with the Western University Sports Association. Yeah, we are now, the Western universities are good. We are now embarking in Nairobi, and now the whole nation, the KUSA in general now. That's the Kenya University Sports Association. That's where we are targeting right now. But we've also started high schools.
Where do the coaches get trained?
Well, that's a very tough question.
Because you're as good as your coaching system.
Yes.
Yes. Why is
Unfortunately,
Mercy laughing?
because we are self-trained.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we do not have a structure at the moment. We are still coming up with structure because, like, for example, KFDF was just registered last year. So we are trying
so
to
you're
come up.
very new.
Yeah, we are very new. So we are trying to come up with structures of how to come up with coaches and how to have training schedules. But currently we do use the WIFDIF training schedules from YouTube and online rules and regulations from the online system. But mostly it's more of like a personal initiative. As Septer, I want to be a coach. Let me make sure I watch enough videos, I do enough examinations, the online tests to see where my skills are. And then I'd come try them on our field with everybody. And so in short, we say the club that we're here, we're all coaches and we're all students.
One day, hopefully things will get better. Before we go, because you're not coming back in the second half.
Sure.
Second half, we're going to talk to Robert, the team captain.
Okay.
What are your hopes and dreams in this sport? For yourself and the sport in general.
Yeah, you see, Frisbee, I think we have not shared that most players have left the country. They're joining other teams in US. And, yeah, so why not? I hope that I continue training, perfect my skills, and you get an opportunity for a scholarship. You join Frisbee in US. There's one in they have good in Japan, Australia. So as a growing athlete, it's an athletic too. I want to perfect my skills, join these big clubs, and then.
Because the opportunities are there abroad.
They are all there. You can get educational scholarships as you continue with the sport. So it's you can call an hybrid. You play as you study. Why not?
What challenges do you have at the moment? Because I'm assuming, as new as the sport is, no one gets paid.
Sure. So one first is injuries. Frisbee is prone to injuries, and I'm one of the I cannot say beneficiaries, the victims of injuries.
I was almost a victim of an injury.
Yeah. So one is injuries. And getting good hospitals for therapies or for surgeries, because the most prone is the ACL, the knee. This is what the players get. So getting a good hospital, the cover, maybe some of the students of the players are students, they are still young and such. That's one of the challenge. They get injured, and then what next? It seems like the sport stops. Another thing is financial strains. That's a challenge, because Frisbee, we have travel. We have the Western region, the Nairobi League. We also have Kampala. There's one team in Kampala. There's another team in Rwanda. We've played in Rwanda. We've played in Tanzania. We played in South Africa as a club, as Nairobi League.
So
there's a time. That's now the challenge, that you have to go back to your pocket, and if you don't have the money, you don't go.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Which is the story of our sport, sadly.
Yeah. Another thing is the field. If you get a good field, you need to pay. That is a challenge for the sport. So we depend on, or in schools, the universities, that they can share or they can give us the field to train. But some universities said, we only give you this field if you have our students incorporated. Yes. So field, and I hope as we continue to grow, the Ministry of Sports will chip in and give us an opportunity. Yes. Sure, so that's much.
You and every other sport in this country.
We need a field.
Join the line, join the queue. But thank you for speaking to us. Mercy Jepkorir, we're going to let you go. When we come back, it's Robert, what's his other name? Team captain, Robert Korir. No relationship.
Not at all.
Korir is going to join us in the second half, and we'll still have Benny here because we still have a lot to talk about. So this is Radul Live. We're talking about Frisbee. Yeah. And we're live at the Kemri ground. See you in a moment. have to learn this sport. Guys, welcome back. This is Radul Live. We are here at Korir grounds where we're watching the Frisbee. Is this the national team? Some key players of Frisbee, showing us how it's done. Apparently it's a sport in Kenya and it's an official sport right now. In the first half we had Mercy with us. Now she's playing. She's teaching the guys how to play. But now we're joined by the team captain, Robert Korir, and Benny Septer is still here. He's a federation official. Robert, habari yako?
I'm sorry.
First of all, you're sweating, so this isn't just plaything.
Yeah, it's not plaything, but it's also fun.
It's fun?
Yeah.
And hard work?
Yes.
Huh?
You need to commit.
How many calories have you lost this morning?
I think 100.
100?
Yeah.
Yeah, some of us need to join. We have weight to lose. Before the break, he's basically introduced Frisbee to us. But I want to ask you, just like I asked Mercy, how did you decide to play Frisbee of all sports? Why not football or rugby?
Frisbee basically it has no age. Frisbee is
has no age.
Yeah,
okay.
Anyone can play Frisbee. So
you and me.
Basically, you ask me why not football, not anything else. I used to play volleyball, I used to play football, but now when Frisbee came in, I saw it as a sport. It's a lot of spirit. Yeah, it's an contact, so there are no injuries. So that's when I came in to play Frisbee.
How were you still in school? How old were you? Just move here because I want you to get. I want to get you in that camera. Were you still in school or in college, or what do you do right now?
No.
How long have you been playing?
I work here in Korir.
You work here as well?
Yes, I'm a staff here, and this is where I came to know about Frisbee. That was in 2018. Yeah.
And then you tried your hand and realized you were actually quite good, to the point where you are team captain.
Yes. Basically, I have like 5 years in Frisbee, playing Frisbee with Korir. I think among the first players for this club here, and yeah.
So what are the opportunities you've got through Frisbee? Have you managed to travel? Have you played internationally?
Let me surprise you. In 2018, I joined Frisbee. In 2019, I represented the Kenyan team to South. We were in Cape Town, in Johannesburg in 2019. That was in July, I think. Yeah. And we became number 3. Yeah, it was an
African tournament.
Yes.
And you were number 3.
Yes.
How does Kenya rate actually, Septer? Benny, let me ask you, how does Kenya rate on the continent, generally speaking, and in the world terms?
Well, in the world terms, I cannot speak much because we've not represented several times into the world sports. But African, we've attended almost 2, and we have been doing amazing. Actually, we've been on the medal table all round.
All round?
Yes.
So we have talent?
We have talent.
There are places we can go?
We are going. But that made sure actually, with that talent that we have, I think this time if they come back round, we're going to take this thing.
Yeah. So what are plans? Because we discussed coaching in the first half and you said we have no official methods of training coaches and no properly qualified coaches because you're more or less self-trained. What plans are there to upscale or to improve the quality of coaching in the country?
Well, what we are doing right now as a federation is getting in touch with the WIFDIF. Actually, we are organizing a training for coaches, and especially it happens once in every 2 years. So we are really waiting for that opportunity. Even if you can just send one person from Kenya, I'm sure he'll come back with some knowledge for us. So in terms of training of coaches, that's where we are. But we're also planning as Kenya to have our own method of training coaches before we subject them to the world federation standards before they are approved and that.
Robert, do you have? Are you also one of the people training to be coach? Because if you're a captain, you better go to.
Oh, really? In fact, as a captain here, I also do coaching. When my coach is not around, I step in. So. And that's my dream. I want to be a coach. I want to be a Frisbee coach. Now that we are focusing on high schools, basically many guys have college campuses, but now we want to go back to high school. And then I think now it's in the curricula, we want to high school, then we go to.
Then you improve it from there.
Yes.
So you have a tournament coming up, Benny. Tell me about that tournament.
Well, at the moment we have actually 2 tournaments coming up. The first one we are having is we call it Chebarbar Sevens.
Jepkorir 7.
Okay.
It's happening in Kapsabet Boys High School. Actually, they have offered us a field,
ground,
so at least we are going to pin it down there. That one is just a national sport, a national tournament with the KFDF to gauge ourselves before we go to the All African Club Championships, which is coming in October. So the Chebarbar 7 is happening this August. The end of August, 24th,
26th and 27th.
Yes.
That's our weekend, the last weekend of next month.
Of August?
Yes. And then from then we are having now the big, the All-African Ultimate Club Champions. The one we were number 3 in South Africa. It's now here in Kenya. It's happening in
Kisumu.
Hosted by Blackfish Ultimate, the first ultimate team in Kenya. So we are really
fantastic.
excited. Yeah. So we are really happy. Like, you know, we are being recognized now. And it's happening on the 13th to 15th. I think I might have the dates.
From on a Thursday, or I think 13th to Monday, 13th
of October.
October,
yes. And that is, we're having teams from Egypt, Nigeria, South Africa, we have Rwanda, we have Tanzania.
In my Kisumu city.
And
my friend, you should not miss this. You should not miss this. Have
October, you told me early enough.
Put it in your schedule. You will see, I don't know, pristine ultimate, now on a different level.
So how do you get funding? Since you told me you have no funding.
Well, funding at the moment is more of individual. Unless you're lucky enough, like us, the Team Kemri Club, we get support from the institute. Yes. But all other individual clubs that do not have any funders, it's either personal responsibility of individual players to come up with their own funds and organize how they're going to attend. And that's the biggest challenge that we're having. Because especially for universities or students, so we come up as, sometimes we do fundraisers as clubs to support other clubs and students to attend tournaments.
Unfortunately, things work backwards in Kenya because you, someone like Robert here, should be able to make a living out of Frisbee. Because when you play those international competitions, I'm sure you're playing against people who make a living from the sport.
Oh yeah, sure.
Is that part of your hopes and your dream?
Oh yeah, you know, some guys are in USA. Some guys who used to play Frisbee here, and they got an opportunity to play in Oklahoma. We have Kameri, we used to play in Cool Waters, and we have Santai. He used to play with Wolf. That is most. They are now playing in Oklahoma. So I think those
getting paid for that.
Yeah, I think
and
so.
Going to school.
Yeah, they're going to
University
school.
was telling us a lot of people have got scholarships.
Yeah, in fact, we have some guy here called Alan. He is working on the scholarship. He should be joining the guys in US. So
soon.
this, so this is a sport we really need to dig into.
Yeah, because the whole world is taking it seriously. We're late.
Yeah.
What message would you like to send to the fans, to the media, you know, in terms of how to grow this game in Kenya? When you have your league matches, do fans come and watch? Or you haven't yet cultivated a fan base?
Actually, we are still cultivating a fan base. Mostly we host them in schools and university grounds, so mostly students around.
So students who come.
So those are our fans, they are our number one fans. But now we want people like you, now that you've noticed this game, to make sure now you come to our matches now, to our leagues.
Ogola never gave me a choice. He told me there's Frisbee, come and cover. But I'm glad we did, because I think, and I want more media attention, because I didn't even know you existed. So it's hard to fault fans that they don't support you when we don't even know you exist. Yeah.
Now talking about the media, you know, our challenge now is funding. So we couldn't even really get access to media. But now that we have an opportunity here, I know you'll go out there, market it for us.
I'm going to make so much noise.
Yeah, sure, please.
So in terms of media, we're really happy actually in the past few, let's say in the past few months, let's say this year, we've at least managed to get into 3
media houses
to get interviews, which is a step.
I saw a YouTube interview the other day,
Yes. So we really appreciate that from the media, and we really ask for more coverage if possible.
Absolutely.
The way we, every weekend, I'm sure I'll see about EPL, of course. I want to see every weekend Frisbee somewhere, you know.
Tell us about it. We need to know. We can't cover what we don't know.
So we are here, and we're going to make some noise about it, and we're going to make sure at least when we go out there, we're going to bring lots of medals so that we make sure as a country, you'll be like, the way we know Omanyala is doing something, you're like, when Frisbee is going out, it's going to be
everybody knows about it. Yes. Well, thank you. I actually want to speak, now that you mentioned that there's a student here who's going on a scholarship, can I have him for like 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Because I'd like to just get his experience and how he feels. So we're just going to have a substitution where this, come. I understand, we need his microphone. Can we change this microphone, please? Because I'm told you're going to the States on a scholarship. So let them just change the microphone. As soon as they change the microphone, I just want to know how you feel. Oh, you're a player down. Okay, we're sending Robert. Substitute. See, even me, I can be a coach. Eh? Substitution. So, it's connected. I just want to talk to him as well because he's got a scholarship based on his skills in Frisbee, and I wish this can happen more and more so that people know that if I get into sport, there are other opportunities. First of all, what's your name?
My name is Alan Kimurgur.
Alan Kimurgur.
Kimurgur, yeah.
Kimurgur.
Yeah.
I understand you've got a scholarship through Frisbee. Tell me about that and how you feel about it.
Yeah, so I received a partial scholarship to study at Oklahoma Christian University. And this chance is one of a kind because we are not, I think Kenyans we don't get the more chances to receive maybe scholarships.
There are opportunities.
Yeah, there are no opportunities. And since Kenya is maybe thought to be a developing country and we don't know maybe how to play the Frisbee, but I think we are now breaking the glass ceiling. And with time I know we have good players. And I think I'm going to represent the country well when I go there.
The country, and then you're going to get more people involved if they know that these opportunities exist.
Yeah.
How did you apply for the scholarship, or how did it come about?
So I applied the scholarship after I posted a reel on Instagram, and the coach reached out to me, and now we started talking, and he told me about the opportunity to study while play while I study, and also I was given a scholarship. And I think I couldn't refuse the offer because it was something that I think I'd wanted to do, maybe play, because I came from volleyball to...
You were playing volleyball before?
Yeah, before I played
What are you
volleyball.
going to study and where?
I'm going to study a bachelor's degree in computer science at Oklahoma Christian University.
Now, I understand it's a partial scholarship. I think a flyer was sent to me. So what are they paying for and what more do you need? So that anyone watching can help if they can.
Yeah, so the partial scholarship covers part of tuition fees and my living expenses. That's about $20,000 US. And
wow, that's nice.
Now I have to pay around $14,000 US. I think when you convert to Kenyan shillings, you can see that it's still a huge amount.
1.8, almost 2 million.
Yeah, so I've been doing a fundraiser online with the help of my team, and at least we are somewhere, but we still need some more reinforcement and help.
We want to send him to represent Kenya and Frisbee.
Yeah.
So I'll share the details. I'll share the flyer and see if anybody can step up and help as well.
Yeah,
so what does this mean for you, Benny, as an official, when you see such players, and I understand there are several, going to study abroad?
Well, for me, I think it makes me believe that we have an opportunity out here, and we just need to culture this game and make sure it's really spread all over and we become more skilled. Because if they can take him, and I think he's been in the game around 2 years.
Yeah, around 2 years.
And he's developed that skill. I'm sure if we nurture the sport in a child, let's say for example, for around 8 to 10 years, I'm sure they'll have more opportunities in different countries.
You know what I want? I want our schools and universities also to tap into the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they should be offering scholarships. I know schools in like Western that give football scholarships, for example.
Yeah.
Our universities here should be saying, because of the sport, we're going to take care of a lot of your expenses.
Yeah.
That's where we need to go so that we can do it. And it's great you're going to represent us, but it would be nice if we have tens of hundreds of players studying because of their skills in sport.
Yeah.
So I just want to wish you all the best.
Yeah,
I took you away from your game.
Yeah.
You must be a fantastic player, but thanks for speaking to us. Benny, do you have any parting shots?
Well, my parting shot is just to all individuals out here. Let's say everybody is out here who is interested in a sport. Frisbee has no age limit, as my captain said. You can play from as young as a grade 4 student to as old as even 60. Because we have our senior research scientist here in Cambridge. I think he's around almost 70.
Yeah,
and he plays.
Dr. Waitumba.
Yeah, he's called Dr. Waitumba and he plays.
Yeah.
So anybody can play.
Yeah.
So let's encourage people to take up the sport. Once you see this flying disc somewhere, grab and ask questions about it.
Yeah.
And you
then
can
join.
easily find us anywhere. Actually, we are
You're on social media?
Yeah.
Social media,
You're online.
Instagram, everywhere, literally.
Okay, you'll share those details with me as well so that I can tag you and so that we can have more people playing Frisbee, more people getting opportunities. Guys, there are sports out here, there's talent in Kenya, we need to develop it, we need to tap into it. And some of us have to try our hands at every sport in the country, so I'm about to get a lesson right now. But thanks for joining us here on Radul Live. Don't go anywhere, watch me play. I'm going to play. Thank you guys, and thanks for watching.